I'm Sarah from Jimmy Beans Wool, and today I'm going to show you how to do the long tail cast on. This cast on is really popular because it provides a nice stable border for the bottom of your project if it's a blanket or a garment of some sort or a scarf, etc. And it's also a little bit stretchy, so it's perfect if you're doing hats or sleeves or what have you, where you need a little bit of stretch in your cast on. Now, it's called the long tail cast on because you do need a long tail on the end of your yarn. So the general rule of thumb is that however many stitches you're casting on, you can wrap the yarn once around your knitting needle, and that should be about the length of the tail that you need. We find some people, if they wrap fairly tightly, will run out of tail at the end. So it's always a good idea to give yourself a little bit extra. Even if you have to cut off a little bit at the end, it's better than having to cast on twice. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull out the amount of yarn you need for your long tail, and then you're going to create a slip knot in the center right here. So I do that by crossing the yarn over my two fingers and then reaching through, pinching, and pulling up a loop. So I've got a loop here. And the long tail cast on can be done on straight needles, on circular needles, whatever you have. It can be done on double points. I'm working on straight needles here, but that's just for ease today. So let's go ahead and grab those. And I'm going to put the loop on to my needle and just pull the tail of it to tighten it up a little bit. Now I want to orient the yarn in my hands. So I've got the tail end of the yarn that's attached to the very end of it coming towards me, and the working end of the yarn, the part that's attached to the ball, going away from me. I'm going to take my two fingers and I'm going to reach in between those two pieces of yarn. I'm going to grab the working end with my three fingers and the tail end as well, so that I've created this little triangle. And this attached to my thumb is the tail end, and this attached to my pointer finger is the working end, with both tails grasped in my remaining fingers. Okay? Then I'm going to take the tip of my needle and bring it under my thumb, and then I'm going to take my pointer finger, and while that loop is over my needle, yarn over with it, and then bring my thumb back over and down. Then I'll use my thumb to just pull that tight. So that's one stitch cast on. So let's do that again. I'm going to bring the tip of my needle in my right hand through and under my thumb. Then I'm going to rotate it and use my pointer finger to yarn over. And then I'll bring the loop I drew up with my thumb back over and let go. And then I'll use my thumb to tighten that up, and that's a stitch. Okay, one more time. I'm going to bring the needle tip down and through the loop on my thumb, yarn over with my pointer finger, loop over with my thumb, let go, and pull tight. So let me just do this a few times so you can see the process. And as we're going, it's using up that long tail that we pulled out to create your first foundation row of stitches. So once you get the hang of it, it can move pretty quickly. Let me slow down just once more and show it to you. So through the loop on my thumb, yarn over with the yarn on my pointer finger, through the loop again, and pull tight. Once you get the hang of it, you should definitely be able to do it in one smooth motion. You'll go until you've used up your long tail, you've cast on the correct number of stitches.
Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing because we have a lot more yarn reviews, tutorials, and other fiber fun like that. Happy crafting!